Most of them were quite flabbergasted, you know. I mean, the first reaction was like, you know, what are you doing, you know? Why are you giving up all this and going into this religious order, you know? Do you understand what you're giving up, you know?
Well, he just told us one day that he intended to join the Carmelites. He gave us I personally was surprised.
Actually, priesthood was something which was quite far away from my mind. I, even at the point of entering the Carmelites, never really was actually quite uncertain whether priesthood was a calling for me. What drew me to the Carmelites was its spirituality, the beauty of the writings of its saints, and it was the desire to just live the life that had fostered so many of these wonderful experiences. I come from quite a close family, just the four of us. You know, my dad, my mom, who has already passed on, my sister and myself, and we were quite a close-knit family. My parents were very, very excited actually. My mom was just very, very happy. She was very thrilled when I told her rather that I was joining.
I found out only, well, less than half a year ago that she actually gave a petition to the Carmelite nuns to pray for her son to be a priest. And I only got this piece of news from a parishioner of our church. And she overheard her telling the nun over the other side, please pray for my son to be a priest.
But it was somewhat of a bittersweet kind of a joy, you know, because it was a joy that, you know, that the son or the brother is now entering, you know, is going to give his life for something greater than himself. But at the same time, it's also a sadness because knowing that I would not be at home as I used to be. One of the biggest concerns I had was what would the impact be upon my family if I had left, if I had gone. Because when I made that decision to enter, my parents were no longer working, they were retired. And also there were things like finances and their health and all that. Because sadly I've heard of cases where parents are actually afraid to even promote vocations in the families because of fears that the only son or the only daughter might leave and then there's no one to take care of them.
I must say I'm happy that he has come to this stage of his vocation journey. I feel very blessed that God has chosen him and he has responded very well.
Whenever I have met them, they have been very encouraging, they have been very supportive. Even at times when, of course, I would tell them of my struggles also in being in religious life and all that, they'll say, keep on praying, we are always with you, we are always supporting you, don't doubt your vocation, continue to remain faithful to your vocation. And their support has been very valuable to me.
People also question me, like, who's going to carry on your family name? I said it's not important. Parents shouldn't be overly possessive. He is my only son, but I don't feel that, I've lost something.
Before, a lot of what I did was for my own self-satisfaction. A lot of what I was doing was for me, it was for my career advancement, it was for my own benefit and all that. But coming into religious community, coming into active ministry now as a deacon and in the future as a priest, what the emphasis and what the focus is no longer on what is convenient for me and what I am most comfortable with. I have to step beyond my comfort zone and I have to be for the other. And that is something which is more enriching.
We all know that the laborers are few, and we must encourage the young people to come forward to consider taking up such vocation if they are quite ready for it. I have a friend who even told me and another guy who has got a son who is a doctor. He said, your son saves lives as a doctor. Willy's son saves souls as a priest. I always remember that.
Basically, I'd just like to thank all the parishioners of St. Thomas More for all your support, all your prayers, and for just being companions on this journey with me. Please continue to pray for me, as the ordination is not the end, it is just the end of the beginning. There is a long way to go for me, and I really need all your prayers and support. So thank you.